Welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica, and today we're going to keep playing with that Quist backing track, the slow blues guitar backing track in G that we were using last time, but we're going to add our 6 arpeggios to it like we've been learning in the last few videos. So what I want to do today is, obviously I can play a 6 arpeggio over this backing track pretty easily. It's not a technically difficult thing to do. But what I actually want to do is I really want to listen, and I want to hear how that 6th note of the chord actually sounds in relation to the backing track. And it's something that will really just sort of come from experiencing it. So it's quite easy to sort of go, oh yeah, 6 notes arpeggios, yeah, I know how that sort of sounds, yeah. Theory-wise, it's very sort of simplistic. But the playing of it actually takes some time and experience to let yourself sort of listen to the notes. So if, to give you a bit of an example with 6, I didn't really use the 6th note of the scale. I didn't particularly like the sound, and so I stopped using it for about 2 years. I've really only started to add 6 back into my playing sort of quite recently. So yeah, that might sound like a long time, but the way that I learned harmonica was I just sort of learnt by myself. You just pick one up, they're diatonic, you can sort of play whatever you like. So I used that mix-up Lydian style of basically all the notes plus the 2 draw bends and the 3 draw bends. I played like that for a long time. So when I got better on my scales on harmonica, I actually cut out that 6th note, that majory sound a lot, and went very hardcore into minor pentatonic. So what I want to do here is explore how I would listen to this sort of thing. So I'm going to put the backing track on, and I'm going to do very simple arpeggios. And we've played the arpeggios before. They're not sort of the tricky bit. In fact, the only tricky bit with this is the way that this 12-bar blues has 2 chord changes in the last 2 bars. So it's quite a fast change. It goes. And you don't get to practice that a lot during the actual play-along backing track. So what I've actually been doing today is I've written down for several hours, throughout the entire day, where my 6 are in those arpeggios, how to play them. I've played them along a little bit in the backing track. But none of that stuff really matters. That was a lot of me thinking and doing theory and working out where the notes and things are. What's really important now is putting in the time to actually hear how the notes sound. So what I want to do is I'll tab out the notes so you know what they sort of are, but we've done our 6 notes arpeggios before, so that's not really what I want to listen to here. I want to do basically triple at 6, so 1, 3, 5, 6. That's the sort of rhythm I'm going to use. And the reason I'm going to use that is I want to sit on that 6th note for a long time, and I really want to feel and hear how that sounds. When we're playing a 6, this is a blues, so blues are dominant 7th chord, so it's a 1, 3, 5 and a flat 7. So there's literally nothing playing the 6th note of the chord when we're going to be playing it. So I want to be able to hear that and feel it, because with where our 6 lay out on the harmonica, a lot of them are the 3 draw bends, there's a lot of notes that we're sort of using around there. When I'm on my 5 chord, I'm using 3 draw double bend. When I'm using my minor pentatonic scale, I'm using 3 draw half step bend. When I'm using the 4 of this chord, the 4 chord is 1, 3, 5, and the 6 is the 3 draw double bend. So there's a lot of options and things that you've got back and forth in there. So I really want to feel and explore those. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start off really simple and basic, triple at 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6, triple at 6. That's the rhythm I'm going to use. I'm going to stick on that fairly solidly, and then I'm going to let myself explore a little bit. So yeah, let's see how we go. So really accented that sixth note of each chord when I sort of started to feel things a little bit, like I explored a little bit more, but still staying like really strongly within the chords this time. I wasn't really using a scale, I was using the 1, 3, 5 and 6 of each chord. Also the octave, that's why I was like moving back and forth. And yeah, then at the end, really went back to just like hearing that sixth note of the chord and hearing how that sounds in relation to everything else. So yeah, get out there, have some fun.